Let's just start again with the circulation, okay? So the blood is coming from the organs in your body, all throughout your body. It collects, it travels from your superior vena cava and your inferior vena cava. If you notice the arrows in this diagram, it shows you exactly where the pathway is going. And it collects in your right atrium. The right atrium, from there, the blood goes to your atrioventricular valve, into your right ventricle. The right ventricle, the blood is then going to your pulmonary semilunar valve, going to the lungs through the pulmonary arteries to your lungs. So this blood is still deoxygenated in the lungs. It is then oxygenated. So after the lungs, it goes back to the heart by means of the pulmonary veins to the left atrium. In the left atrium, it goes through an atrioventricular valve to the left ventricle. From here, the left ventricle pumps the blood through the aorta to the rest, throughout the rest of your body. From the rest of your body, it goes to your superior and inferior vena cava to the right atrium. From the right atrium, it goes through an atrioventricular valve to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, it goes through the pulmonary semilunar valve to your pulmonary arteries, to your lungs. Let's pretend your lungs are here. To your lungs. And from the lungs, it gets oxygenated, and the blood then goes to the pulmonary veins, which goes back to the heart, specifically to the left atrium. From the blood from the left atrium then goes to atrioventricular valve into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it goes into the aorta, and from the aorta, it goes to the rest of your body, and the oxygenated blood is now deoxygenated because your organs are using it up. So that is a breakdown of the pathway of the blood. Let's talk about blood pressure. Blood pressure, when your heart is contracting, the heart muscles contract, which is called systole. But when your heart relaxes, at that point, it's called diastole. That's basically blood pressure. It's good to exercise all the time. Make sure you're always, having some type of exercise, preferably a lot of exercise throughout the day. I know we don't have a lot of time, it gets kind of busy and everything, but you have to. If you have to wake up early before Fajr to do it, then you should. You should be praying too. That's probably a good way to help you to pray, And if you're exercising, that means you have energy for your prayer. You have energy to be productive. But yeah, the circulation that circulates blood through to your heart is called coronary circulation. So the circulation to the heart is called coronary circulation, and the circulation through the lungs is called pulmonary circulation, and the circulation throughout your body is called systemic circulation. So your red blood cells, each red blood cell has approximately 270 million molecules of hemoglobin, which hemoglobin is an oxygen carrier. Hemoglobin is an oxygen carrier. Hemoglobin is an oxygen carrier. The reason why that we need to have iron in our diets is because the hemoglobin is a iron-rich compound. So let's talk a little bit about the lymphatic system. As blood passes through the vessels of your circulatory system, fluid and proteins leak out. So this loss of fluid diffuses into the lymph capillaries, which are found throughout the cardiovascular system, and it thus enters the lymphatic system. So inside the lymphatic system, the fluid or lymph returns to the circulatory system. So your lymph nodes are special pockets in the lymphatic system where the lymph is filtered, and white blood cells are present in these nodes to attack bacteria and viruses that may be in the fluid. And that's why when you have lymph nodes that are swollen or tender, it means that you have an infection. So that is a little bit about the blood. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but the blood contains 55% plasma and 45% red blood cells, approximately, and approximately 1% white blood cells and platelets, which platelets help with the clotting of our blood. So, yeah, that's all you really need to know for just like the basics. There is more information about the cardiovascular system, but this is just a breakdown. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Keep on being productive and study very hard. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye.